It is only September, but I'm already filming my end of the year book tag. So if you guys aren't familiar, the end of the year book tag is kind of a staple tag that goes around on booktube. Like at the end of the year, everyone's making this video to kind of recap like the books that they've read, or not really, but like something to transition to the end of the year, I would say. So let's get right into the questions. There are only a few, so let's get right into it. Number one, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? So I'm currently reading Oathbringer as part of the Cosmere Crab Along, so I guess I have to finish that as well as Rhythm of War. But yeah, Oathbringer is my answer since I already started it. If I'm being honest though, it's like I'm not enjoying it as much as I enjoyed The Way of Kings and Words of Radiance, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel about it by the end of the book. Number two, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? I feel like this question is just like really weird. Number one, because I don't really experience autumn, and number two, what constitutes an autumnal book? Is it like the spooky vibe? Is it like leaves? Is it like a wood setting? Like I don't know what that means, but I guess and when I think of autumn, I think of like cozy vibes. And I'm planning to buddy read real soon The Night Tiger by Yang Zichu. Buddy reading this with a book club that I have or am running on Discord. I have the link down below. It's for Filipinos only, I'm sorry, but it's a Filipino book club, so if you are Filipino, I think age 15 and up, then you're welcome to join us. Yeah, and we're reading this, and from what I've seen from the reviews, I honestly don't know much about the plot. I just know that the writing is really cozy and mesmerizing, so I guess you could say in that way it is an autumnal book. Number three, is there a new release you're still waiting for? Right now, by the time that you're seeing this, both of these books have already come out, but I'm still waiting for A Tale of Sorcery by Chris Colfer as well as Cytonic by Brandon Sanderson. I'm looking forward to read both of those, although I'm not necessarily super excited or hyped to read them immediately, so I don't know if I'll actually get to reading them that soon, so we'll see. Number four, what are three books you want to read before the end of the year? So number one, definitely Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. I'm looking forward to reading that because finally, at that point, I will have read the entire Stormlight Archive, or at least what's been released so far. Number two, I'm reading A Darkness of Dragons by S.A. Patrick. I've talked about it in a previous TBR video, but I'm like reading some middle grade books as part of that TBR. And this is one of those. I don't really know anything about it, but I'm super excited to get into it since it was recommended by Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin. And then also as part of that TBR, Some Kind of Happiness. I don't remember who the author is, but the cover will be right here for your perusal, I guess. So yeah, I'm excited to read these. I'm not pressuring myself though to read them immediately, or I mean as soon as I can or before the end of the year. But yeah, I'm still looking forward to reading all three of these. Number five, is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Ooh. Honestly, not really, because I read a lot of great books this year. I mean, there have been a number of disappointments. Let me just put that out there. But there have been some great books that I've read this year. Like my favorite, I found my favorite new author, Brian Selznick, and I read his book, my favorite of the year, The Marvels, which was excellent. Also, I've read a ton of Brandon Sanderson's books, which are pretty hard to top. Like The Way of Kings is amazing, The Hero of Ages is amazing, Skyward is amazing. So I honestly don't think anything will top anything that I've read this year so far. I'm currently reading Amari and the Night Brothers, and I thought maybe this could be a potential favorite, but I don't think it will be like the favorite of the year, like the new number one favorite of the year, because I'm like almost halfway now, and I have mixed feelings about it. But I also read Know My Name, which is impossible to top. It's a non-fiction memoir, and it's impossible to top. So I don't know that anything that I'll ever read going forward will ever top any of the things that I've read so far. Number six, and final question, have you already started making reading plans for 2022? I have, technically. I've already like written down my notes for the next video, which will be coming next week to you guys. And there I'll be discussing kind of like my review for the year, kind of how my reading plans went, and as well as plans for the next year in terms of like reading as well as my channel goals. So yeah, you'll get to finding out those goals and plans for next year in the next video. That is it for this tag. It's pretty simple and straightforward. I'm looking forward to watching everyone's end of the year book tags. I'm so excited. Yeah, leave a comment down below on what your answers to any of the questions here are. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please forget to subscribe so that you can do it later, and have a good day.